Hello, scholars. Me again. So please take these notes out. You must have picked up from your guest teacher. It's 1.4. How many muffins? Oh yeah, talk about muffin. Miss Paulin, who's by the way, our department chair at Heron and Riverside, math department, is opening a small bakery. I believe that she's good. She needs to figure out how many muffins and cupcake to bake. Both are baked in the same type of tin. All right, so let M represent number of muffins and C represent number of cupcakes. M for muffin, C for cupcake. Write and graph the inequality for number 1 and 2 and 3. So let's go. Miss Paulin's tin have a room for at most 60 muffin and cupcakes in total. So after you add muffin and cupcake, number of muffin and number of cupcake, it has to be at most. So it has to be less than equal to 60. Cool? Miss Paula needs at least 20 muffins. So the M has to be at least greater or equal to 20. As at least as many cupcakes as muffins. So cupcake has to be as many as the muffin. So we did that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and graph this on the right side. Bear with me since my straight line skill is not that good. All right, so it looks like M is kind of like X, C is kind of Y, so I need to let it equal to the C equal to something to graph it. So I'm going to subtract M from both sides, so C is less than equal to negative M plus 60. So this is same as Y is equal to negative X plus 60. Okay, so Y-intercept at 60. Slope is negative 1, so it's going to just go down, down. That's not 1, but it's 20. So down 20, right 20 is same as negative 1. And dotted line or solid line? Solid line. See, I told you it's a horrible line. Can't do line. And am I going to shade up or down? See, it's less than equal to, so you're going to shade down. There we go. Cool, so I'm done. All right, the second one, let's do pink. M is greater or equal to 20. Remember, M is kind of like an X, so this means X is greater or equal to 20. So where's the M equal to 20? Right here. So I'm going to draw a solid line. It has to be greater or equal to 20. So it's going to be the right side, right? M has to be greater than equal to 20. So M can be 40, M can be 60, everything on the right side of the line. So let me just right side of the pink line because we're doing the pink right now. Cool? All right, last one. C is greater or equal to M. If you're confused, this is the same as Y is greater or equal to X. You can think about it like that. So it's just a straight line, Y-intercept at 0, going straight through it. So 0, 0, 20, 20, 40, 40, 60, 60, a solid line. Since there's an equal to underneath it. And where am I shading? Y is greater or equal to, so above it. There you go. What do you think? All right, so now where is the solution? Where's the solution? The solution is where they overlap, right? Where do they overlap? Trying to think there's any different color. I don't see. Where do they overlap? 3 of them. Right here in that little triangle area is where they overlap, correct? So you can just say any solution. You can just pick a point and then say that's going to be the answer. So I'm just going to pick any point, okay? I'm just going to say 25, comma 30. Can it be? Yeah. So 25, comma 30. I think on your notes, if you're looking at the notes, I think I said 21, comma 30, 22, comma 30. There are lots of answers, right? As long as it's in this little triangle area, it is going to be the answer, right? So number 4 answer. All right, sorry about that. Technical difficulty. So I had to redraw it. Suppose Miss Paulin sells muffin for $2.75 and cupcake for $3. For each of the solutions listed above, find the revenue for each solution. So I forgot even what those three are. I think it was 2030, 2330. Let's just go with that. I think there's one more, but it's not important. What else am I going to include? I'm going to include 2020, 3030, excuse me, 2020, 2040, and then 3030, because those are part of the solution as well. So when you plug it in, 23 muffin, 30 cupcake, your revenue is going to be 153 point, well, let's look at one at a time. 2230, that means I have 22 muffins, so 22 times 2.75 plus 30 cupcake times 3 equal to $150.50. So that's the amount that the baker is going to collect from the customer for selling 22 muffin and 30 cupcake. You can do for all of them, right? So 23 times 2.75 plus 30 times 3, it's going to be that. 2020, it's going to be 115. 2040, it'll be 175. 3030, it's going to be 172.50. Identify the three vertices of the shaded region. Three vertices are like the vertex, right? Those like shaded region, there are three corners. Here and here and here. And what are those again? 2020, 2040, and 3030. Are they solution to the system? Yes, they all have to be included since they're all a solid line, meaning you got to include your endpoints. And are these points to the table and find the revenue for each? Sure. When you have a 20 cupcake, 20 muffin, it was $115 revenue. 20 cupcake, 20 muffin, 40 cupcake, revenue was 175. 30 cupcake, 30 muffin, revenue was 172.50. Now, which solution gives you the least amount of least amount of money from the customer? It was 20 cupcake, 20 muffin. Which one gives the greatest amount of revenue? The most expensive revenue was 2040. So 20 muffin and 40 cupcake. 40 cupcake. So today's lesson is about the linear optimization, as I kind of talk about at the end of the last lesson. So what that tells you is this. After you draw all your graphs satisfying the systems of inequalities and find the shaded region, your vertices, in this case it was this one, that one, is going to give you the least amount of profit or revenue. And it's also going to give you the biggest amount of profit revenue. Which is kind of funny to think about it. So whatever is in the middle is not going to give you the least amount of revenue, nor the greatest amount of revenue. It's going to be one of the three vertices. Isn't that cool? All right, so if you go to the next page, oops, where are you? Next page, that was weird. We can write down the summary of the lesson, can't you? All right, I'm gonna try to type it. So finding, it's too big. How do I make it small? 1 second, I can't make it small. So I'll just type finding the minimum and maximum is number 1. Graph the inequality. Wow. Number 2, find the vertices of the solution region, the shaded area, those corners. We find the corners. Number 3, plug each vertex into the objective function and simplify. Objective function means like the inequality equation one, right? Or like the revenue or the profit. Excuse me, not inequality, the revenue or profit, whatever that you're trying to find. So in the previous example, it was what the amount of muffin times cost of muffin plus amount of cupcake times the cost of cupcake. So that was what you're trying to optimize it. So you plug it in and then you simplify it and then look for maximum, look for the minimum from there. Okay, so that's how you're going to go about it. Cool? So here is what we're going to do. So if you want to stop it, take this notes. We're going to do the next example. So let's see. You know what though? I'm going to, well, do I want to give you as a homework? I'll get you started and you're going to finish as a homework for 1.4. Okay? All right, so let's read. Sammy is making a string bracelet to sell as a fundraiser. It takes her 10 minutes to make a simpler jellyfish pattern, but 30 minutes to make a complex zigzag. She wants to have at least 25 bracelets. She can work at most 8 hours. J be the jellyfish. Z be the number of zigzag. Okay, sorry, give me 1 second. There we go. All right, if Sammy only makes jellyfish pattern bracelet, what is the maximum number she can make in 8 hours? What if she only has zigzag pattern bracelet? All right, so in order for us to make the jellyfish, how long does it take? 10 minutes. So in order for make her one of that, it takes 10 minutes. How many 10 minutes goes in 8 hours? In order for us to do that, we gotta know how many minutes are in 8 hours, right? 8 hours, 1 hour is 60 minutes. 6 times 8 is 48 minutes. 480 minutes. So how many 10 minutes goes in 480 minutes? 48 of them. So she can make 48 jellyfish. What about the zigzag? It takes her half an hour. How many half an hour goes in 480? 16? Yeah, so she can make 16 zigzag. Shade a reason that represent all possible combination of bracelet that she can make working at most 8 hours. Right, give me 1 second. Right, working at 8 most hours. All right, so it takes her, what, 10 minutes to make a jellyfish? So each one takes, 10 minutes. 10 times J represent amount of time she spends on the jellyfish one. And 30 times Z represent amount of time she spent on the zigzag one. And it has to be at most, so less than equal to 8 hours, except folks, that's in minutes. So what is 8 hours in minutes again? 480. That. Which combination of a bracelet type helps Sammy reach her 25 bracelet goal? Shade the appropriate reason in the graph. So number of jellyfish plus the number of zigzag has to be greater or equal to 25. She wants to make at least 25 bracelet. So let's graph these together and then shade it. I should have done one at a time, shouldn't I? All right, 10J plus 30Z is less than or equal to 480. The function is Z is kind of like a Y, J is kind of like an X. So 30J is less than or equal to negative 10. Wow, that's a Z. J plus 480 divided by 30. Z is less than or equal to negative 1/3 J plus 16. 16. Okay, so find 16. So 12, 14, 16. And slope is negative 1/3. It's kind of hard to tell, isn't it? I tell you what, at the very it's going to be over here. 48. It's going to be 48 here. 48 comma 0. And you just connect those 2 points. Okay, all right, what about the second one? Z is greater, I should shade it less than. The second one, Z is greater or equal to negative J plus 25. So y-intercept of 25, I'm going to change the color. 25, somewhere here. And the y-intercept, the x-intercept will be 25. Oops, can't do it. Ah! Connect them together like that. And Z is greater than that, so I'm going to shade above. shade above. Write a function for the profit P that Sammy can make from jellyfish J and Z. So how much? The problem is missing an important part, but you don't know how much profit she makes if you don't know how much she's selling for, right? So that information has to be included. She is selling the jellyfish for $2, and she's selling the zigzag bracelet for $4. So what would be the profit? Just like the cupcake one before, $2, and she has J of them, so 2J, and $4 Z of them, 4Z is going to be the total profit for her sale. So that's where I'm going to stop. I want you to finish this problem, and I'm going to check the E and F with you on the next class. Notice my hint. There is my common shaded area. Your three vertices are here, here, and here, which I know it's kind of hard to tell the coordinates, but I'll tell you what. This one is 13.5, comma 11.5. This one here is 25, comma 0. This one here is 48, comma 0. Okay, so I gave you everything you need. Finish E and F, so that'll be your homework as well. So your homework is to finish 1.3 IP and these two problem over here. Okay? All right. Thank you for paying attention. Bye-bye.